So this is not mainstream news. Nobody knows this. I'm figuring this shit out, right? So we have two belts, Orion's belt and the asteroid belt, right? The asteroid belt is God's belt. The Orion's belt is, from our perspective, where our belt would be, our head being Polaris. Now, God being the planets in order, the sun being his head, the crown chakra, Mercury being the third eye, Venus being his throat chakra, which is blue, Earth being the heart chakra, which is in the ribs, the heart, pulling of the heart, the polar opposites, the moon and the sun, the polarity. You didn't fall from grace. You were introduced to depth, which is the z-axis, because in Venus, the second dimension, you only have x and y axis, and then coming from there to here is where you get X and Y chromosome. All right. It's also where you get your DNA, which is demons and angels, which is your angels up there, and then when you lower your frequency, you come down here, it's technically a demon. So you have demons and angels, DNA, XY chromosome, XY axis. You come down in the rib cage. So this is God. So, and then the heart is Earth. You rearrange the letters Earth and heart, same synanagram. And then the solar plex, which is Mars. And then the sacral, which is Jupiter, and then the asteroid belt, right there on his belt, and then Saturn is the last chakra, the seventh one, but it's the sixth step. So from the crown, it's the step. So this is 0D, and then Mercury being the heaven in the head, in heaven, in head, right, and then you have the throat. So you are throat out of heaven. You're throat out of head. You're thrown out of heaven. You went to the garden, right? And you're in the garden. The forbidden for Eden. For when you're eating, you're forbidden. You're biting. And then when you're lowering your frequency, you're bidding on it. You're taking a chance. You're gambling. You're bidding. So you're bidding on it. So it's forbidden for you bit in it. And then it's for Eden. And when you eat something, you ate it. You ate. So the letter 8, we'll stick with that. The letter 8, what is the letter 8 sideways? It's the infinity symbol. It's also Nikola Tesla's 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 infinity loop. Also, that same image is where you get the wings, the angel wings. It resembles angels' wings. Also, if the feminine, the archangel, we have angels and archangels. If the second dimension is a flat 2D plane existence, if you complete this dimension of every possible 360 degree in every direction, and then remember light is consciousness, then this means a full 360 ring of illumination upon completion. That's where you get the image of the halo. Okay, and then you're introduced depth, and then you go higher or lower. You come down, so to speak. That's not getting kicked out. It's falling from grace. No, it's just. But you could look at it like that because you are lowering your frequency. So, but nobody's doing it to you but you. Anyway, then you have the asteroid belt, which is right here. Then you have So I was saying it's the sixth step, right? It's the sixth step. So you step with your foot 6 feet underground, 666. On the microcosm level, right? You have atoms, which are protons, neutrons, electrons. Atom. The first man, right? Mankind needs protein, electrolytes, and nutrients. That's another one. I trademarked that. That don't exist out there other than me. And then you have, now the chakras are done. Now you have the planets. After that, you know what planet's next? Right here, right here. And then what? Uranus. And then after that is Neptune. Depicted always in a chariot pulled by 2 seahorses, 2 legs, and then you have Pluto. But that's God, right? Stop eating grass, bro. That's God. So that's God's belt, right? But we're on Earth. You guys know that one? Of everything I just told you, did you know that one? So if we're on Earth, Polaris is right here. You can't see it. It's like it only moves like that much. Polaris stays roughly right there. It don't ever move. If you just film the sky and then do a speed like lapse up to time, like make it go quick, you'll see everything's just twisting around that, and it's going this way. That's Polaris. So that's Polaris, and then you would have whatever, man. I was gonna say the planets. You have Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and then the heart, us, and then Saturn, right here somewhere, and then you have Orion's belt, which is right here, which would be our belt. So Orion's belt is Earth's belt. The asteroid belt is God's belt. Trademark that one too. So layering the planets with the chakras, and that being God's chakras, the planets, trademark that for me. The moon, when the moon's illuminated from the bottom, it looks like horns. And the moon being the feminine, the moon being the devil, the sun being the God. So the moon being the evil one, I can't trademark that one because the occult know this, and they hide it in plain sight. It's just nobody's picked up on it. I can't trademark that one. Look at Peter Pan, right? He's hiding on the moon, and then he's devious. I can't trademark that. That exists. It's just nobody's known that. Nobody picked up on it. The moon is Lucifer, lunatic, lunar. You know what I'm saying? Mood changes your mood. Everybody goes crazy with a full moon. So the moon being the dark one, but the horns, I can trademark that. Nobody told me that. Nobody's ever showed me that. Nobody knows about that. I can't find it nowhere. So trademark the horns for the moon. Trademark that. Saturn being the sixth one from the sixth step, so it being the sixth step, and then make that step where you step with feet, so 6 feet. Trademark that. Saturn, Satan, that's already a thing. Like I said, making them all sync, that's trademark. What else I got? Neptune pulled by 2 seat, making it 2 legs. Trademark that. Outer space being water. I think that's already a thing. But we're made in his image and pulled by 2 seahorses. Come on. And Pluto, so being your toe, trademark that. Uranus being right there on that, trademark that. The Vitruvian Man and being carved. I didn't speak about this today, but being curved and straight angles, and then mixing it with Nikola Tesla's. You'll find out in my video. Trademark that. Applying Nikola Tesla's 369 and the 124487552 to spirituality and physicality. That's already a thing, but the way I do it with archangels and straight angles, trademark that. The wings from angels, trademark that. The halo origin, trademark that. The Adam's apple, the bronchi splitting into 2, that's already known. But I got a lot. There's about 20, at least 25 things I could trademark that don't exist nowhere. You can TikTok, fucking Google, Facebook, you name it. The dark web, like it does not. You cannot find. I'm so confident about this shit that I will, when I make this video at the end, I will put all the things that I came up with. Can you tell I'm proud? I'm proud. I try not to be too proud, you know. But damn, dude, it feels good. You know, it's not just, you know, when I got awakened, I was pretty humble. Sometimes I had my moments, but you're just waking up to the truth that everybody else knows. You know, that has woken up. You know, so that I was humble-ish. I was pretty humble with that. But this, I'm the only human being to have fucking figured this out. That is, I'm a little bit on my high horse about it, bro. And you know, it blows me away that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. Bro, I had this one guy at work. He goes, you believe in heaven? I go, bro, check it out. And I started talking. I didn't even make it to heaven. I was talking about God's source, and one consciousness, right? And then he said, I am. As soon as you say I am, you're already making an identity right there. So as soon as you're like, oh, I am, there's the I am right there, you created separation. And I didn't even get to the next step. I was just going to say, now you create the yin yang. That was the birth of the yin yang. And then from there, you go to the head and heaven. Didn't even get that far. You know how much more I had to go? He asked me if I believe in heaven. I have fucking, and I don't want to say the answers, but I have so much. And he was just like, you know, play some music. Play some music, guys. Let's play some music. Dude, it blows my mind, the fucking stupidity of people. You know how many times I hear them having a conversation at work about, well, I wonder why it's the year so why is it the year 2026? Why is it? Why is it not the year 5000? You know, why do we do it? Hello? I can tell you. No? Nobody? Bunch of fucking retards. Wait, I don't know. Do you know? What's all? It's strange, isn't it? You guys are dumb as shit, bro. You want to know? Well, you would think if you had a mechanic in the room of 40 years and you had problems with your alternator, you would think he'd be like, hey, Mike, you work on cars, right? No, not these guys. I can tell you exactly why. Why it's a year. You know why? Because you ever heard of a processional? 25,000 year processional? Where you go through it in age. Every age, there's 12 ages, and an age lasts 2,150 years, right? And in the age of before Moses, we're in the age of Taurus. That's why when Moses represents Aries, so that's why when Moses came down from Mount Sinai and saw them worshiping a gold bull, a bull represents Taurus. He said shed them of the old age, because it was out with the old age and with the new age. And for 2,150 years, they were now done with Taurus, and now we're if you notice, if you know anything about zodiacs, we're going in the opposite direction, because the procession, the hour hand, so to speak, is going in the other direction. So we go from Taurus, we go to Aries, and we were in Aries until we started over, and we go with Pisces, which is Jesus. 2 fish, fed everybody with 2 fish, right? And then what Jesus will be with you until when he sees a fisherman and he goes into the house where he entereth in, and then Jesus will be with you until then, and then to the end of the eon. King James changed eon to world, not age. Jesus will be with you to the end of the age, where Pisces goes away, and then we go into Aquarius. That's all that is, right? So the true beginning of the year is April. Right, the beginning of the year is April. Right before April, it's like March, whenever the new moon is, which is typically March 27th, 28th. It's basically April 1st, right? This is also why they say April Fool's Day, because anybody saying April Fool's Day is raising your hand and saying you're a fool. Happy Fool's Day, bam! You just basically rang a bell, like, okay, you're a fool. Just like they put suckers at the bank. Here, suck on that, sucker. You know? Here, play with your ball, bitch. Here, go play with your fucking ball, faggot. You know? April's the beginning of the year. Spring equinox. This is the beginning. This is when the sun's coming back. Or harvest. It's the beginning. We're about to start. Why would the beginning of the year be in the dead of winter when the sun's all the way down there and it's dead on the cross for 3 days? Why would we? No, that's not the beginning of the year. There's 13 months, 13 moons, 13 full moons in a year, 13 months, 28 days, 28 times 13 is 364, with one day being your day. Every month starts on Sunday. That means every month, same days. That means every second Friday of the month is Friday the 13th, so it's not that rare. And you know, when it's a new month, you just see a new moon, you know? That's a month. But my point is, this is in April. What is April? April is Aries. So, Aries was what? Was Moses. So, and when did we start the years over? When did we start the 25,000 year clock over? In Aries. Because that's April. So we reset it. So it wasn't 5 BC. They weren't counting backwards. The year was 2,498, 99, 20, bam, and then we go to 0. Why didn't we go to 25,001? Why didn't we do that? Because it's Aries and we reset it. That's why. Because Aries is the new clock. is the new year, right? On the microcosm and on the macrocosm. All right, it's gonna rain. I'm gonna take these dogs home. You got enough knowledge for today. I just had to vent. To anybody that saw this, it's like 3 people in this world that watch this. It's so sad, bro. Everybody's watching the dumbest shit. Kittens play with giggling and shit. Bro, I got crazy intel here. Motherfuckers just don't want to hear it. It blows my mind, bro. I basically have the answers to life. You know, it's like you see God and you be like, God, what is the meaning of life? And God's like, well, upon creation. It's like, hey guys, you guys want to? Hey, can we go swimming, God? Yeah, can we go swim? It's like, do you want to hear about the creation of life? Oh yeah. Hey guys, come here. Hey, record me. Put this on my TikTok. It's like, dude, they're not listening. They don't care about the meaning of life. They don't give 2 shits about the meaning of life. They're fucking retarded. It blows my mind, bro. Like, you're not gonna find this anywhere else. The shit I'm saying, you are not going to find it. And it's not like I'm just like, well, it's my belief, you know, it's just faith. I don't have any answers, I don't have any proof, I don't have anything that sounds believable. It's just my faith, it's just what I believe. No, it's not just some fucking faith. The shit I'm saying links, it matches up. I'm like I'm not saying I'm superior. I'm not saying I got it for sure. I'm just saying, holy shit, the things match up fucking flawlessly. Like, it's suspicious. Like there's something there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something there. And it's not like there's a few that I was like, well, that don't fit. And I'm trying to look the other way. No, there's been nothing so far that doesn't fit. You know, it's flawless, bro. It's crazy, bro. I'm onto something. And the fact that people don't give a shit or not interested blows my mind. I can see football, you're not interested. Cars, you're not interested. Even the speed of light, you're not interested. Or certain aspects of life. This is all life and who you are and the essence and creation of God and you and your soul and your mother and fucking everything you've ever known and done and seen, everything and what it is and where it comes from. People are just like, oh, what is it? Oh, it's cool. Oh yeah, circles and oh, okay. Oh, it's like, what?